Are we live yet? Let me know you can actually hear me, guys. I'm just moving this monitor arm here. Well, that woke me up. Slide that out of the way. Won't be needing that today. We're live. Okay. Can you actually see anything? Can you hear me? Hey, fees 10 out of 10. Yay. There we go. Hey. Right. I've got ears. Look at this. Little ears. This is amazing. The headset just sits on them. Look. It's amazing. The headset just goes like this. See? And now I don't have any ears. Now I do. Is that music playing? Yeah, it is. Chill music for the win. Let's put that a little bit that way. How's the audio, by the way? Because I've got this like wireless headset mic thing, so I can actually get up and move around. First thing I've got to do is take all these monitors off the wall. That's the first job. I also need to move these lights out the way. Just unplug that. Yeah, don't expect world-class audio off this stream. These mics are okay, but they're not, you know, they're nothing like the ones that I normally use. But they are wireless. I've strategically placed an iPad down here so that when I come down here, I can actually see the chat as well. Clever thinking from Squirrel, huh? Right, let's get that out of the way. It's time for Paul to go overkill. These are the new brackets. So these arrived today. I've got 6 of these to assemble on the wall. The trick with these things is putting them in the right place, which is part of the problem. So they basically extend like that, and they've also got a 20 degree tilt, I think it is, like that. So it's a cantilever basically, is what it is. So when they go on the wall, it will allow the monitor to come out. They'll also collapse right down. That's the theory. I think I need to loosen that one a bit, but they should just collapse like that for these things. So of course the main problem I'm going to have is I've got to position this thing center like that for where I want the monitor, but the actual bracket goes on the wall in a different place. So that's one of the problems I need to solve. A K-lever. Is that what they're called? I take 4 monitors down so I can put in 6 talking about minimalistic, aren't we? So these are the 4 monitors that I've run for a while. So normally I have, that's the main gaming screen. That's my second gaming screen there. And then that is where the streaming PC, I can read chat on this side and OBS on that side. And then that one is for extra stuff, like if I've got the browser up there or any extra bits and pieces go up here. So what I want to do is I want to have 3 screens here, so that when I'm doing something like iRacing or even flying, I could actually have 3 screens like that. So I want 3 horizontal screens like this. Now I don't really need 3 screens for streaming, but I didn't want to put 2 screens up there, because if I put 3 in a line like this and then have 2 up here, I'll have one like that and one like that, and then basically I'll have a join there where there's a monitor here, if that makes sense. So I'm basically just going to put 3 up there as well. Yeah, I used to have these turned in portrait mode, but I stopped doing that a little while back. Which is why they are actually higher than that one. You may be wondering why they're higher. It's because they used to be in a portrait like that. They used to be like that, effectively. Which is why they're up like the way they are. So many screens, man. First time I've seen IRL section being used for good use. Yeah, so anyway, first thing I need to do is get these monitors off the brackets, get the brackets off the wall, all the power cables and everything like that plugged in.
Happy anniversary.
It's going to be fun.
Nutter.
It's going to look like a CCTV control center. It's going to look like, I don't know. It's going to look important. That's what it's going to look like. I'm going to look all important. Need to get the other thing is when I mount these others on here, you notice I've got a webcam and a track IR. So I can't put them completely flush. I need to be a bit of a gap. Although with these monitors, I could tilt them. So in theory, I don't need to leave a gap, but I'll leave a bit of a gap anyway. They won't run completely next to each other. If I'm not careful, I'm going to knock this wireless thing right off my belt clip. It'll look gorgeous if I screw it on the wall properly. Nero X, 27 months. Hello, Paul. Thank you, Nero. Who's that? Twixer 11, 4 months. Yay! I don't get any notifications because I haven't got any audio. Just so that you know. Does it mean we get another studio tour? When it's all done, it's not really exactly how I want it yet. But yeah, I'll do a studio tour probably later this year. Power consumption on 6 monitors. They're not that much. The Asus monitor comes with. They come with these things now. Little power adapters. What are these rated at? Oh, crikey. Yeah, that's a photograph of that. It's ridiculously small. No, I don't want to put that on Instagram.
Happy anniversary.
Let's see what that rated at. 2.1 amps. 2.1 amps, so it doesn't say what the monitor's going to consume. But, you know, the most that can take is 400 watts, but there's no way that's going to take 400 watts. I don't know. I don't know what the rated at. Ferro Birdie with 2 months. Thank you, Ferro Birdie. Lord Jerry, 5 months. Wow, keep up the great streams. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, it might say on the back, though. It might say here what it is. Wow, that is literally all in Chinese. That's amazing. Honestly, that is that's amazing. I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't think they take much power. Using all 6 at the same time, what will the resolution be? Well, there'll be 1920 by 1080s like that. Horizontally. So 1920 times 3 and then 1080 vertically. But you basically get 3 desktops, don't you? Why do you need 6 for now? Because I want 3 for gaming. And I don't need 3 up there, but anything else is going to look rubbish. That's basically it. Let me get a screwdriver. I like to do less talking, more action. You need at least 2 more. What, monitors? Was that a quick release one? I can't remember if this was a quick release one, actually. Yeah, it was. How very handy. Three by one look good at the moment. Well, they're not horizontally aligned, but they will be. Cordless on right side? What you mean? What you're referring to? I'm not an owl. 21 months. Time does fly. Twit to you. You are an owl. Don't deny it. Not bad, Joshua. How you doing, mate? Okay. That is one old bracket removed. Okay, now this monitor we are going to use. So we shall keep that. That needs a wipe. That's going to be one of the ones that makes a comeback. That one's not coming back because I'm going to have 6 identical ones, and that's not the same. These 3 are identical, but that's different. Does anybody remember Sesame Street? Remember Sesame Street with that song? One of these things not like the other? Well, that's that one. I expect there's a lot of people out there going, Sesame Street? What are you talking about? Am I going to play games tonight? Yeah. As you can see, I'm fully set up for playing games. I was thinking we'd play a shooter. I thought we'd have more of a challenge without any monitors. What do you think? What is going on? Read the title. The title will reveal all. I find gaming too easy now. I think the no monitor way is the only way now. Otherwise, there's just no challenge. That one's coming with us as well. You can stay over there. I'm fine, CSJ. How are you doing? Right, 1 O bracket. Second O bracket. Now these 2 are different brackets, so they don't quick release like the other one did. With this one, I think I need to get a spanner. Which means digging around in the toolbox. Pack of spanners. Why 6 monitors? I can see I'm going to have to create an FAQ for this question, aren't I? It's literally been asked 3 times already in 20 minutes. Right. Maybe I'll just change the title to Messing About. Right. This one, you have to loosen the nut underneath.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Try that one first. It's going to be a great stream if we can't actually get the old monitors off the wall. What the heck? I have to get a socket set if this doesn't work. I've done it loads of times. There we go. There it goes. Just needed a bit of encouragement. Right, that's that nut. All Asus monitors. Well, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? And by the way, I've bought the monitors. They're not gifts from Asus or anything like that. Which is why I've gone for relatively cheap ones. They're like 110, 120 each, something like that. But yeah, Asus monitors. They're good monitors. There we go. So now I need to hold this, pop that bolt vertically upwards, get ready for everything to fall out. There we go. It's third monitor off the wall. So we'll put that in there, put that in there, and we'll put that on there. Looks like you're having fun, Martin. The fun has not even begun. This is the easy bit. Taking things apart is easy. Putting stuff back together again is the harder bit. It is quite expensive, but I didn't just buy 6 all at once, you know. What mic am I using right now? What's it called? It's a Sennheiser. It's a Sennheiser mic. The box is in the cupboard there. It comes with this thing, which is an XS wireless controller that just clips onto the side of your clothes. So you just clip that on there like that. And then it has this bass unit, which I don't know how much slack I've got to show you this. Hang on. Come on, just a bit more. There you go. So it has this bass. Can you see this? Just about. It has this bass unit which has 2 aerials on the back, and it basically is a receiver for this thing, this wireless. And then it chucks the audio out and throws it into my Motu here. That's what's happening. Right, what have we got there? Battery H, Twitch baby application hype. Thanks for everything. 8 months, dude. Nice. You just like wrecked Fleetari's car. I thought it was indestructible. Hope you bought the power tools from West End DIY. Who the heck are West End DIY? Oh no, there goes the wireless unit. The trick with this unit is to find the right place to clip it on, so that when you're leaning over and stuff, you don't ping it off again. Right. Third monitor is off the wall. So this one we're not keeping. So what I need to do is get the track IR off here first. I'll need to go back later. Which way are you going? There we go. And the beauty of this is, if I don't fix it all by tomorrow, I won't be able to stream Farming Sim. So there's a bit of an incentive. Let's put that over there. Ultimate Player, there's a little key. I'll show you where it is on your keyboard. The little key there. It says caps lock. Could you just give that a press? What? Just press it once. That'll do. It's all good. What are you using to route all of your wires into? Do you mean this thing? Do you mean this? This is like a trunking that I bought. You basically buy it in like 2 meter pieces, I think it is, and then you just cut it to size and it just closes up. You just screw it onto the wall or stick it onto the wall and just close it up. Oh, you pressed it as well? Well, good for you. Right, webcam. Get the webcam out of here. That's the second Logitech. I've got another Logitech up there, which is what you're looking at. Okay, let's get this one unplugged. And DisplayPort. Yep. We'll be going DisplayPort completely for these things. The reason I'm going DisplayPort completely is because the capture card I use uses HDMI. And if you look on the back of a GTX 1080 graphics card, it has 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. Now I need that HDMI to go to my capture card. That means I have to use HDMI for everything else. Let's see, let's get these. Can you set up ETS2 with 2 monitors? Of course you can. You can't play it with 2 monitors at the same time. I need to get a little box or something for all these pieces. Otherwise I'm going to lose screws and bolts and all kinds of things. What can I put them in? The cable management is very often well done in your viewer studio. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I hate loads of cables. I've got a lot of cables down the back of these PCs here, and it just annoys me. But every time I sort of tidy things up, you end up needing to unplug something and plug something back in, and it just ends up in a mess again. But when it comes to what's on my desk, I like to just kind of minimalize it as best as you can. I mean, you can't avoid wires, but you can reduce how many you have on display. Right, that's the monitor that is not coming back. I can stay over there. What force feedback settings do I have in ETS2? I don't know. From memory, I don't know. Right, that can go down there. Okay, let's get these off the wall now. Now, I marked here, before I started, I marked the top of my monitor where it used to be. I actually want it to be slightly higher. So when we come to position the new one, I want the monitor to be just a few centimeters up here. So it's going to be, top line's going to be about there, which then we need to work out where the bracket needs to go. In order for the monitor to sit here, I can still see the line, just vaguely see the line, the center line where I've got like there. So I'm just going to slightly redraw that back in, and then we've got our center line. These two and these two will just have to be calculated based on these two. That's why I bought 6 identical brackets as well, just to make it easier to sort of calculate. Why are you changing monitors? Mostly because I want 3 for racing. Let me just cable up the way. Is it possible to stream with one monitor PC? Yes, Martin, it is. In fact, I'm doing it right now. Like, there's literally one monitor right now. But no, it is. You run OBS in the background, and then you run your game, and it just captures it and streams it. Why don't you have all 6 on one arm? Do you know why? I spent days trying to find a 6 monitor wall bracket. It seems that all of the 6 monitor brackets are all desk mounted. I struggled so much to find anything that was wall mounted. And I can't work out why they're all desk mounted. Well, I could install 2 more monitors, but the problem is the ones that I had were not... I used to have the N2 portrait like that, so they were positioned vertically different. So when you rotated them, they weren't vertically where you needed them to be. So I could just move these things down, but I just want to start again and just move up, because I want this higher. So I want this higher, I want these in different positions, I want them in different positions. And I've got lights up here as well, so when I've got monitors coming along, this will need to come in and probably tilt down so I can read it. Would a 6-in-1 bracket cost a lot? I don't know how much it would cost, but I literally couldn't find one. Well, let me try and find a little box to put all these little bits and pieces in. Trouble is, all the stuff is up this end of the room, and I can't... If you suddenly hear a big crash and the lights go out, I've probably just knocked over the light. It's not looking too good. Maybe I should just go and get some sandwich bags or something. There you go, I think I found a bag. We'll use this. Use this bag. Ouch. Oh man, every time I sit down, twang that thing. Why not just get 2 wall mounts that can have 3 monitors each? Yeah, I looked for those options as well. Trust me, I looked at a lot of options. All the ones that I find are desk mounted. 2s are more common, 3s are harder to find. Seems like most people just go like 6 singles. For some reason, I don't know why. It's going to look like working at NASA. Exactly. Do we need this? This can go in here. That goes on the end of that. Mr. Wriggles, good evening, cable management. No point, Paul. Yeah. What I use for cable management is these little things. So you cable tie them up. You know, so you get all the benefits of having a cable tie, but when you press the thing, it releases. These are beautiful. Way better than cable ties, which you just end up cutting off. Now this is plasterboard, but there are wooden spars coming down here, so we may end up hitting one. I'll have to draw pilot holes and check where we want to be. What will you do when you hit 1 million what? Six monitor wall mount for $1,300. Do you know how much these brackets cost me? These things, £24. 6 of those is not $1,300. I think the other thing is when they sell those things, those 6 monitor wall mounts, they know that they're going to be used for commercial purposes, so they just rack the price up big time. How do we get these things out, I wonder? How do we get those out? I believe these are probably the same that I've got here. I don't know if you can see them or not. But they basically are for plasterboard. And what you do, you've got this thing, and then when you screw it in, this thing expands outwards. Which means, I'm guessing, you can't easily remove them. You just knock them straight through. Could just ignore them. Screwdriver. Yeah, but the thing is that they've opened up. The things have opened up inside. Screw in the screw a little way and pull them out. You think, Motley? It's going to work? I'll give it a whirl.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I just worry about the fact they've opened up inside the wall. This is probably going to take half the wall with me, and then I'm going to blame Motley. Let's get the pliers. Where are you? Yeah, I don't want to move. It's moving, but it kind of feels like it's going to take the whole wall with it. Because the thing is, there's no way to get that thing to collapse inside, is there? If you've expanded them, leave them there. That's what I just said, Motley. I said that's exactly what they've done. They've expanded. They're the ones that expand inside. Now, how do you remove them? It's fine to leave them there unless we actually want to drill there, then it's going to be really annoying. Can you get a screwdriver and push the inside bit the other way? I can't see how you can do it. Yeah, it's plasterboard. This is all plasterboard wall. Alright, we'll leave it there for now. Let's get the rest of these things off the wall. Measuring up is going to be the thing I have to get right. Get that wrong, and it won't be pretty. And do the operation by pushing in the screw, Leonard. Okay, I think you might actually, screw it in a minute and use a hammer to straighten it out. I think there is something in that, now you mention it. I suppose it says on these instructions, does it? I've got a feeling you're right. I've got a feeling they're built so that instead of, that's what you do, isn't it? If you put it in and then hit it with a hammer, what it should do is extend, it should collapse it back again, then you can pull it out, I think. I think that's what it does. Any DIY boffins can confirm this. Building a new stream room, not quite. Not quite that adventurous. Usually you can push the screwdriver through and push the end inside till it collapses. I guess. Can't really twist them out with pliers, no. So I think what you can do, you put it in like that and then you can tap straighten it out.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Okay, well the head's come off. That's one way of doing it. If you hit it, the head actually comes off. Then it recesses into the wall. Which doesn't get rid of it, but it means you can't really see it. Interesting technique. Is this one of those screws that is a plug, Chris? Let me try and show you one. They look like this. And as you screw the screw in, this is two separate things. There's this bit, which is what you put into the wall. And then as you screw the screw in, you can see the middle bit basically goes like that. It expands outwards into the cavity wall, into the plaster wall. That's what gives it its strength. The problem is, in order to get the thing back out, you need to collapse again so you can pull it back out. It's kind of hard to twist it with pliers though, because it's flush on the wall. Well, I don't think it does UK down. I don't think it does collapse. Never plan on removing that wall anchor without ripping out the wall. I'm not convinced that they're made to never come out, to be honest. Pretty certain that you can get them out. It just requires a bit of technique. There you go. I just knocked that one straight through. It's gone behind the wall now. That's one way of doing it. Yep. It's gone through as well. Or I could just put a bit of plaster on that and it'll just, you won't even notice that. If at first you don't succeed, use a bigger hammer. There's actually some truth in that, you know. Yeah, basically when you give it a whack, what happens is it separates the head thing off, and then the rest of it falls through. It just falls inside the wall, so it's basically gone. Seems to be working nicely. Cool. 6 monitors? 6? Why do you need 6, Squirrel? Why do you need 6 monitors, dude? It's outrageous. How dare you have 6 monitors? What if you've got 3 for racing? How many do you need for your streaming PC, do you think? You're using 3 screens on your gaming rig for racing. What are you doing on your streaming PC?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Right, that's that bracket off. Nine monitors is what where it's at, absolutely. Right, hang on. Paul John! I say 7 months. 7 monitors for 7 months. I like it. I'll put another one in just for you, Pope John. I'll put another one up here. Referick, 18 months. Mounting 18 screens for 6 months. Oh, wait, Squirrel hacked. Thank you, Referick. The Jaffo, expanding again. You are getting better. Glad to be part of it. Thank you for Twitch, baby. 9 months, Majaffo. I think we're up to date there. With just your face on it. Yeah, I'll have 6 monitors, and then the top one will just have your face on it. I agree.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Right, let's got these things off the wall. Who's that? Mr. Manmouse, thank you for your resume, sir.
Nutter.
I love how more intense the voice of Squirrel sounds today. It's a different microphone. That works a treat, you know. For those of you that thought they were always in there, you just learned something. I think I should just make the whole wall a giant monitor. How does that sound?
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, I need to get some filler from the DIY store. Won't take long. Just plaster over that and then touch your paint. You won't even know it's there. I've actually done it before. There used to be holes here as well and holes there, but it's just, you can't even see it. No, I haven't got 6 new monitors. I'm using 3 I've already got, plus another 3 that I've bought. Come on. Out you come. Just push that inside. This iPad case is really annoying. It won't stand up anymore. Just make sure that's in there. A hammer and a drill, that's all you need. You can build anything with that. Okay. That means all the brackets are now off the wall. Just started watching Truck and Diaries of You. So fun to follow you playing it and starting again myself. So much fun. Nice one, V-Sync. Right, now then. Let's get all these bits and pieces out of the way. I don't need these guys anymore. I should probably move my Claymore keyboard from here. Let's get that out of the way. I should have just unplugged it, to be honest. Okay. Now what I need to do now is get one of these brackets and start physically working out where this thing's going to go. Would you ever use 9 monitors on the wall? I don't think I would personally, no. I don't really need 6. 5 would do me, but 5 would look stupid. I don't like the idea of having 3 then 2. Hence why I'm doing 3x3. All 6 monitors are the same, yes. They are... Hang on, I'll give you a show of one of the new ones. They've not opened yet. Let me get the model number. That VC239 is what they are. VC239s. They're just 1080p's. They're a nice screen, but they're only 60 hertz. They're not like stupid hertz or anything. Is it 2 brackets, Paul, or 1 big one? 6 little ones, Pope John. I looked for the wall-mounted ones that do 3 or 2 monitors, and not a chance. You're getting a 4. You're getting a 4 monitor because 2's not enough. Why not ultra wide? Because I stream in 1920 by 1080. So it's useless me going ultra wide. Because I can't stream that resolution at all. That's why I want to go 3 screens, because it allows me to see, like when I'm racing and stuff, I can see across 3 screens, but the center one can be streamed out. Will this be going on SquirrelPlus? Probably. What are the other 3 monitors? All 6 are the same. They're all 6 identical monitors. 22 watt power consumption on each monitor. There you go, Zenon. That's pretty low. 22 watts is pretty low. Okay. So if we've got that like that. It's a pity it doesn't come with like a template you can use. So you can say, well, if I want my monitor position like this, then I need to put holes here. That'd be nice. Do you prefer AMD or MSI? I don't use any AMD or MSI stuff, so I don't prefer either. You're going to be so confused about where everything is. Yeah, I'm going to get a cat, exactly. I'm going to get a cat and just sit here. I'm going to sit, actually going to sit here stroking Doyle. Because if I got a cat, Doyle would just go insane. Put these away. Right then, let's get one of the monitors out. Put the brackets on it. 3 screens in Eurotruck. Yeah, it does look good actually. If you triple screen Eurotruck, it looks really good.
Welcome
Does that
back,
screw fit, I wonder?
Nutter.
And I got to find out which of these screws that comes with a bracket actually fits the monitor. Well, that one does. Don't think those screws are long enough. What graphics card do you use for gaming? A 1080 Ti. Building the ultimate farming sim rig for tomorrow. Triple screen farming. Actually, I don't even know if farming sim supports that. The heck, all these screws are different. I swear I'm missing a screw here. Scumbags. How are your monitors connected to PCs? DisplayPort. So the back of a 1080 Ti has 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. So the 3 display ports will go to the gaming monitors, and then the HDMI will go out of the gaming rig and into the capture card on the streaming rig. That makes sense. Mr. Toon Dude, thank you for the resume. The real ATM, thank you for the resume.
Aye.
It's Smithers with 5 months. Maxwell was 17 months, and I think I heard that sound. Mr. Jules with a hi, mate. I saw it, Jules. I saw it. Thank you, Jules. Let's get rid of that screen now. And I'm a Jash host. Do you daisy chain the display ports? I just have 3 going straight out to each monitor.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Mr. Renthouse, who's that? 11 months, almost a year. Yes. Almost a goal cap, sir. Yeah, you want that. Well, it will look cool on the wall when it's done. It's not very good yet. iRacing in VR, I'll never go triples. Too low resolution for me. Maybe the next gen VR stuff will have a better resolution. Like if you're VR in it, trying to see things in the distance with the pixel resolution that you have, it's not ideal. I don't think. Yeah, they did me out of a screw, I think. Unless that's it. What display model was it again? It was an Asus VC239. Okay, that's that on that. Right, now, I used to have a monitor at that height, but I actually want it to be a few centimeters higher. Let me just work out how much taller I want it to be. Where's my ruler gone? Where did I put you? I had 2 rules here a second ago, and I can't find a single one. How cool is that? VR will be usable when I can watch movies in at least 1080.
Aye, 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 aye.
I heard that. Who was that? Hope you didn't buy this kit from IKEA. Dave from 84 with 30 bits. What's the Sorcery Squirrel streaming on Wednesday? Glad to see you made a fast recovery from the electrocution that caused a blackout in Nottingham as the squirrel got electrocuted and caused, really? Chilwell Retail Park, Nottingham to plunge into darkness. Oh dear. I was going to say, I didn't get any electricity problem here. Frosty Jack, 18 months, blamed Dahl for the stealing the ruler. I actually think he has. Probably mistook it for a schmacko. Blue Merle, thank you for, was that 25 months there? Thank you. I wonder if we can get away with 8 centimeters higher. That would push that monitor up to about there. It's pretty high. The problem is, the more I push this one up, the more that one's going to be, and I need to be able to read from that. So I can't go too high, but I don't want to be too low with it. I had it there. Probably want it about there, I think. So if it was there, but now I want it about here. Something like that. Whereabouts in the UK am I from, PT? I'm from St Helens. I live in Chelmsford. Six monitors, wow. I imagine trying to run six screen race, imagine that. When I was at Barcelona, their flight simulators, one of them had 5 screens that went in a row like that. So you had a center one, then you had 2 there, and then you had 2 here. And it basically gave you a 180 wing-to-wing view. It was fantastic. How much is that? That's about 1, 2, 3, 3 centimeters. Let's go a bit more. Let's go 5. That's going to be the new top right there. This is where I need to get some calculations right. So the center point of this bracket, I don't know if you guys can see this, I might have to tilt the camera down a bit. So the center point of this bracket is actually here, but the screw holes are here, which means we have a horizontal offset. Which looks to be a random number. Actually, it's exactly 2.5 inches. It's more or less, yeah, it's 2.5 inch offset from the center of that bracket to the center of the mounting point. So whatever center line I want, I need to go 2.5 inches that way in order to put the holes in. I would do it in centimeters, but it is literally, it's like 64 mil or something crazy. Am I okay, Kelly? Hitch, I'm fine, thank you.
Aye.
24 inch monitors, holy buckets, 24 inch. Tiny Big Man, thank you for the 100 bits. If all monitors are going to be VC239, don't you think you're going to miss the 144 hertz? I don't really play games that need 144 hertz, Alexander. Like, the only thing I would ever play that needs 144 hertz would be something like Rainbow Six. And considering I don't stream or record it, it kind of isn't worth the investment for me. Like, a lot of what I do is YouTube and Twitch, isn't it? So it's 60 hertz is all that really matters. I mean, I could race in 144 and stream in 60. You know, but that would require swapping out that monitor and it being 144 hertz. Yeah, they're all 1080s. Let's Rushy Squirrel. This is how long you have left until Farm Sim. Well, I can work it out. It's what, 5 o'clock tomorrow, so yeah. Truck it, you know, 144 hertz is great when you run a shooter, but if you're trucking or something, 60's fine. Let's see. So what did I say? 2.5. 2.5 inches to the left. So let's get the center line. I think this thing is perhaps too tall. Oh no, it's fine. So there is our center line already from previous. You can still see it. Okay. That is the vertical center line. I didn't realize you had waist and legs. Look at that. 1 leg. 2 legs. 2 arms. I've even got ears. Look at this. It's extraordinary. I've got the tail tucked in though, okay? Right, so the next thing to work out is how vertical. So I know where I want the top of the monitor. Now I need to work out where I want the top of the screw hole. You get really high FPS on GTA 5 with the 144 more than 94 FPS max. Let's see your third leg. The top of that screw hole is there. And that means it's about 8 centimeters down from where I want it. So if I want vertically the top of the monitor to be on that mark, the top hole needs to be 8 centimeters down from that according to my calculation here. So I'll just put on the wall 8 down. So top of there, I need to go 8 down, and then I need to go 2.5 inches to the left. So first of all, top of it is here, which means 8 centimeters down is here. And then
Welcome back, Nutter.
let's get that horizontal. One, 2.5. So let's just double check that. So the top of the monitor is there. So that should be 8 centimeters down from that, which it is. And it should be 2.5 inches from that, 1, 2.5, which it is. So that, in theory, right there, should be where I want the top of this thing to go. The black wire around my head is what I'm speaking to you with. Microphone. See? Headset. You can tell I'm not a builder, not a cup of tea in sight. Do you know what? Can you see down there? I've put my juice down there as far away as possible as I can put it, because if I put it anywhere around here, well, you'll end up with bits in it, but I'll end up knocking it over. I know I will, so I'll put it down there. So if you sanity check this, if I put that roughly where I can see the mark is, then sanity checking it, it is roughly where I said I wanted it. And the Asus logo is going down the center line. So yeah, that seems to be what we need. Jules, is it time for a cuppa? Not yet, Jules. Not quite. So what I'll do now is I'll draw a vertical line through there. And then I'll put the bracket on and we'll have our drill points. Probably need to open another bracket at this point. It's actually black currants and apple, I think, something like that. Chris94, I don't know. I need to get these monitors back up and running, otherwise there won't be a farming sim. Let me put it that way. Right, so that hole goes there. The second hole is going to go there. Just collapse that down and double check. Yeah, that is bang on that line. There you go. That is the first one marked. You knew I'd do a birthday stream for Dor. Well, his birthday was yesterday. So, move the mic out of the way. Such fun seeing Paul's mind at work. Look at the concentration. Thing is, Chris, if I get this wrong, I'm going to end up with even more holes on the wall, and then I'll have to do it again. So I'd rather, what is it they say, measure twice and cut once? I'd rather take my time and make sure it's right. Correct tune, dude. 3 across the bottom for streaming, 3 across the top for streaming, 3 across the bottom for gaming. Exactly that. Mr. Referee, good job measuring it once. Now please erase all the lines and dots and measure it twice. Lol. Would it be easier with a flush bracket with tilt then an arm one? Ah, yeah, but with a flush one, you can't, like, you need to have the arms at each side here. You've got to have arms, and they need to be able to tilt, because when it gets up here, you need to be able to tilt it down to be able to read it properly. And the flush ones don't tilt as much unless they come out. And if they come out, they're a fixed distance coming out, which is really annoying, because with an arm one, I can bring it out as far as I want and tilt it down. And if you're going to have arms around the outside, you might as well use the same arm in the middle because it does everything you need, and measuring is a lot easier when you've got 6 identical brackets because all the holes are on the same place. Measure twice, check 3 times, drill once.
Happy anniversary.
Motley, you're my extra eyes on this one. Caledonian Optio, thank you for 15 months. Dexter 3030, thanks for the resume, sir. Now what I'm going to do before I put that bracket on, I'm going to extend that line, which I know I'm going to need up here. This one. And extend this upwards. So we've got that there. That there. And somewhere up here is going to be the second bracket.
Welcome to
That
the
should
nut
be
house.
2.5 inches from, which it is, bang on. But with that one, I won't know vertically where to put it until I put this first one on, and I can try and figure that out. Install those 3 brackets first, then you can use them as a reference for the top 3. Well, the only thing to get right on the upper one is the verticality. Everything else I can get from the bottom measurement. Like literally the only thing to do is how high up do you want it. That's it. If I copy these lines vertically like that, piece of cake. Have you ordered some locking casters? Oh, they came. I'll show you. Hang on. I've got them here somewhere. There they are. Yep, they've arrived. Pretty quick, actually. They are almost next day delivery. And they're basically got a locking parts of them there. You slide that down and it locks them. The difficulty is getting the old ones out to put them in. But once I've done that, I've got locking gaming chair. Can't wait. No plans for that at all, Cuzzy. No. Looks easy but sounds difficult. What does? Right, now how big a drill hole do we actually need on this thing?
Ay, 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 ay.
Looks like we're guessing. Yeah, who was that? Jules, happy birthday to Salord Door. Thank you. Door was 7 yesterday, in case you're wondering. If they are the same as yours, GT Omega won't be great casters. As soon as I move my chair, they unlock themselves. They are GT Omega 180. They seem to lock in position. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Right. Now I need to find a drill bit wide enough to take this thing. I'm not going to go and get a door right now, no. I've got stuff everywhere in this room. So we'll have to forego door for now. Right, not that one. That looks decent. Let's close that off. I even remember to charge the batteries on my powerless drill, cordless drill. I missed your 30-bit message. Well, it doesn't notify, Dave. Dodgy Bills, you have 5 minutes. Up in 5 minutes flat. Yeah, right. As if, Dave. As if Dodgy Builders would have this done in 5 minutes. They'd be up in 5 minutes and down in 3. You think it's Mike? Because what's the problem? Is there a problem with the mic? Right, this may not be wide enough, but it doesn't matter. We can always go slightly wider if we need to. Where's that bracket? Someone was just asking what you had in your head. Was saying, I think it's for a mic. Ah, yes, it is a mic. Right. Yeah, I think we're going to need to go slightly one up a grade on the drill.
Ai, 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 ai.
So that was a 6, this is a 7. An 8 will definitely do it, but I'd rather have some tension there. Jules, Dodgy Builders will take a week to do it, but it still won't be fixed. No studs behind the drywall. Yeah, there are, but they are... I can't remember exactly where they are. They're basically like here, and then they're about 70 centimeters long.
Ai, 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 ai.
So if I end up marking up and hitting one of the struts, then we'll just switch to a normal screw, and I'll just go straight into the wood.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Chris, my summer monitors. Sicarius LP, thank you very much for subbing, sir. I think you're the first person, Sicarius, who has ever subbed while I've been in the IRL channel. And I'm not even joking. Can we give him a nutty welcome, guys? Truckerman42, hello Paul, another month has gone. Do you need help? I have carpentry and network engineer background. I'm alright at the moment, Truckerman. I don't know if you live local or not, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that goes in nice. There we go. That's fine. What is this? Some sort of bone conducting headset? What?
Welcome to the Nut House.
Okay. Soggy Biscuit 0. Thank you for subbing. Second sub on the IRL channel ever. Thank you, Soggy Biscuit. And thank you, Sicarius. Sicarius? Is that how we say your name? Thank you, guys. Can be given both a nutty welcome, guys. Right, let's... put that in flush. That's now in there. So this bracket could, in theory, go on. Let's see. 2 screws are here. What is IRL? It's where you stream to when you're doing IRL stuff, in real life as it's called. It's an abbreviation for in real life. In other words, something like this. It's not actually a game. So Twitch as a platform used to stop people from streaming anything that wasn't a game many years ago. considers itself to be only a gaming platform service. But those things have changed. Things have moved on. Okay, this is where I need an extra pair of hands, to be honest. Or I could just put, take it back off the monitor and just put it on. But meh. Okay, that's biting. The trick with these things is to tighten them but not over tighten them. You've got to get enough tension in that plasterboard. Well, not too much that you start pulling the whole thing through. There we go, it's got nice tension there. I mean, these monitors aren't very heavy anyway. Okay, so it's not straight, which means I need to adjust the bracket on the back. There's 4 adjusters on it. Can't read chat at the moment, it's a bit far away. I shall BRB. That's interesting. So this thing will actually, look at that. Can that tilt? Wow. It said 20 degrees. That looks like more than 20 degrees. That's loads, that is. Wow. That means when I've got that up here, I can actually have it tilted like right down. Look at that. It's massive tilt. Okay. Where's my a small spirit level somewhere? There it is. Useful for things like this. Take the guesswork out of leveling something off. Monitor doesn't have squirrel branding on it. Yeah, you're right. Haven't got to that level yet. tank these up for now and get the others measured up, I think. I think leveling off is going to take me some time to get exactly right. So I'll just get them on the wall for now. Fine, adjust it later. It's more or less level, it's just very slightly doing that at the moment. It's giving you some flashbacks to Flight SimCon, Cat. How? I don't remember mounting monitors at Flight SimCon. Yeah, 1 down, 5 to go, lol. Yeah, that is leveling off. It's like that. It's really annoying. Oh, disassembling, reassembling things. Gotcha. I understand now. Right. Now, I need another monitor because we have to get the vertical aspect done. And then we'll go sideways and get the horizontal. Make sure you spend 100 hours lining up. Looks kind of small. Yeah, it does from a distance. It's a 24-inch monitor, and you're looking at it through a wide-angle lens, so yeah, it does look small. Right, I need to get the right screws, which are the... some narrow threads. These guys. DJ James, hello Paul, I'm off now. Take care. Chat and have a good one. See you tomorrow. Keep up the amazing entertainment. I love the streams. All right, see you, James. Have a good one, sir. Is this a precursor to more studio shots in the live streams? I have thought about an overhead cam on the wheel if I do iRacing type stuff. I've thought about that. I've got 2 cameras. You know, the primary one is here, and the secondary one I'm using now. I need to work out where to put it on the overlay. Right, I think it's those 4. Certainly looks the business. You haven't been on this channel in a year, FSXP2D. Where have you been, dude? Who's that going? As Tiger? See you later, dude. There we go. Okay, so let's keep this one the same way. So I had it like that, didn't I? Yep. Living under a rock. How was it under the rock? Not bad, Ceramic Nebula. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, it won't take that long to put them up. It's getting all the measurements. The tedious bit. And then, of course, I've got all the cabling to do. 6 display port cables. I've got to get 6 power adapters wired in. It's all that kind of faff. Also unbox 3 of the monitors as well. Okay. Now then, this is where it gets interesting. So it depends how much I want to go up. Like, you can sit like that, but then there's no room for my track IR or my webcam, so I can go higher like that, and then because they tilt down and they come out, they can sit more or less like that. So where's my tape measure? Let me see how high a track IR is. Track IR is 5 centimeters high. So we could easily just go 6 like that.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Time did I start? Hang on, I just noticed my overlay's not here. 1 second. Silly me. I should have put that down there like that. Something. Hang on. Isn't quite right.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
We should be on that one. Where's the actual graphic gone? That's really weird. Okay, well, there you go. That's what it should have been on. I hadn't spotted that we didn't have the overlay up. Dot Rockster a baby? I didn't even know I was pregnant. Don't drop it. Thank you for 9 months. TJ, thank you for 3 months. Am I talking? I believe so. Yeah, because the thing is that the webcam was sat on top of every overlay, so all the deliveries and all the tips and stuff weren't showing at all. What type of plasterboard anchor toggle are you using? I'm using one of the ones that expands with a screw. So I think they're called M432s, 32mm M4s. Hang on. Take the screw out. So you have a screw, and then you have one of these things. So the screw goes in there, and it basically, when it goes in, it expands outwards. So the whole thing just goes out like that. And that kind of gives it its tension inside the plasterboard. They call them M4s. I don't know why. You like this IRL stream real far? Well, I don't do them very often, but you know. I thought, you know what? I thought I can just put these monitors up on my own. I thought, well, why don't we just stream it? And then I had to think about how to do that. Because if I'm taking all my monitors away, I'm thinking I need something to look at. And then the lighting in here wasn't very good, so I had to bring in one of my studio lights. Then I had to bring a tripod in to put the camera on. So actually setting up just for a stream here, it took me about an hour, just so that I could even do it. Then I had to go and get all my tools and stuff. Yeah, it's just annoying me at the moment. You have not been notified with the 50 bits message. I don't get notified of anything under 100 bits, Dave. I have a 100 bit minimum to stop it being spammed. Have you seen the Squirrel Towers tested to see if you put Pringles at risk of cladding stuff that was used in the Glenfield disaster? It's Glenfell Tower, I believe. A big trucker, not someone thinks that's spam. Okay, so this is going to be about here.
Welcome back.
There you go, they're all working now.
Natter.
Samson Rock with a resume, thank you. So if I want it to be here, then let's get this right. My tracker is going to sit like that. Top of the monitor is going to be here like that. And I think we said 8 centimeters down, if I remember correctly. Yep, I wrote it on the wall, look, 8 centimeters. Fantastic. The top of the monitor's there, which means this needs to be here. And it has to be horizontal is right there. So that should be the top drill point. So if I put that on there, approximately, looks centered. It should come out like that, and then it should tilt down like that. Cool beans. Now I need to get another bracket out. Nicely laid out equipment on the desk. What do you mean? I missed your bits, Jules. Hang on. Jules, you're doing well, mate. Thank you, Jules. It's a bit what? A bit lost for this stuff. What do you mean? Okay. So that'll go there like that. That looks like it's centered. That goes in there. That's a draw point, and that's a draw point right there. So that should go cool. That should be where the second bracket goes. Why 6 monitors? Why not? At least you answered yourself. Because I can. Now then, before we put that one up, I think I want to do all the markings now. So we'll need to get the horizontal mark of this one done. That's the next thing. What drill am I using? Oh my god, it's an AEG. Hang on, let me so I can see the camera. It's an AEG 18 volt NiCad with a spare battery. It's an AEG BSB 18G, if you must know. These details are important, right?
Should
get a lavalier mic. I've already got lavalier mics, Gravity. Trouble with lav mics is they tend to, because you're doing stuff, they tend to rustle on the clothing. Whereas with these things, you can just put them out of the way. And apart from the breathing, it's not so bad. Did you overclock your drill? No, I've not found a need to overclock my drill yet. Oh, 6-pack, I'm sorry your delivery's not showing on the screen for some crazy reason. I don't know why. But 6-pack says, hello, Paul. It's been a while. So as I had a few minutes, I thought I'd tune in. Liking your work. What's your hourly rate? I have a few jobs for you, lol. Keep up the good work. 6-pack, thank you for your support, sir. I'm sorry that didn't appear on the screen. I don't know why the overlay's a little bit broken, but thank you very much. I'm not available for DIY hire. I don't think I'm good enough. Haven't you got a spirit level, lol? Dude, I've got about 3. Look, there's a spirit level, right? This thing here has got spirit levels built in as well. I've got a metal spirit level in the shed. My set square has got a spirit level. At least you not have the mic all the way on your nose like when you went on the plane. Hey, there's nothing wrong with wearing your mic on your nose. It's fine. It works well. It may look silly, Chris, but if you position it just over your nose, then when you breathe out your nose, you don't get that awful wind noise. So there is actually some use to it. Right, let's get this thing.
Aye, 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 aye.
And to get these things positioned horizontally, I don't think it matters that much exactly where they are, but we just need to work out roughly where we want them. Ceramic Nebula with a 300 bits saying you missed my bits, and then the previous one was 200 bits says, guess this is the only way I can support your channel and send messages and blocked on the delivery thing. What? How can you be blocked, Ceramic? How can you be blocked? That's weird. Doesn't make any sense, Ceramic. I don't know why you blocked, sir. Positioning the headset mic is a losing battle in your experience, I agree. How do you buy a hat? You go to cap.squirrel.tv. Right, now then, we're going to need this bracket here. Let me get the set of screws for this thing.
Aye, 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 aye.
Yeah, Tsunamic, I don't know why you blocked from sending deliveries. That doesn't make any sense. How is your room so light? I have a massive studio light right there, that's why. Can't you see the brightness? Right, that's 1. There's 2, 3, and 4. Right. Now, it depends which way we put the bracket on this thing, because see, because this bracket is slightly asymmetric, if you see what I mean, when it goes down, this thing is not on center. It's actually left of the axis, unless I flipped it the other way, in which case it would be right on the axis. So I'm wondering, if I'm left or right of the monitor, am I better having the mounting point on the left side of the monitor? On the left side, am I better having it left of the axis or right of the axis? And on the right side, am I better having it right of the axis or left of the axis? That's what I'm currently thinking about. I'm kind of thinking that I should have it on the right of the axis when I'm on the left side. Because when this is on the right hand monitor, it will displace it outwards. It will displace the monitor out to the right automatically. So I'm thinking the way this is now would work on the right hand side, but not the left. I think it should be flipped over for the left monitors. That's my current thought. No, they're not all new monitors. Let me get another monitor out and put the brackets on the other way around. Because they can go, it doesn't matter which way around they actually go. We'll put this one on the right side like that. Middle one doesn't matter. No, the middle one doesn't matter. Make the ones on the side have more flexibility so they can turn towards the center. I don't think it's affected in that way. I'm just thinking about you basically you get a free displacement. Think of it that way, because the mounting point is not center on the middle of the monitor. It's to the left or it's to the right. So effectively, you get a free displacement to the left or to the right. So I'm wondering which way to use that displacement. Will the stream be uploaded to SquirrelPlus? Is it not in the schedule? Yes, it will. All the streams get uploaded to SquirrelPlus. I don't know if anybody would want to watch it on SquirrelPlus, but it'll go though. It's a thick, long desk. It's actually a kitchen worktop. So if you go to your DIY store, you can buy, for example, a 3 or a 2 meter kitchen worktop, which is what this is. This is a 3 meter kitchen worktop. It goes all the way along about 2.7 meters, and then it's been cut and then cornered, and so that's why it's so thick. Like the thickness of that is, my desk is 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters thick. I have a leg here and a leg there, you see it? And it's also got a batten running across the back of the wall there. So it sits on a batten at the back, and then it has 1, 2, 3 legs on the front. 4 centimeters thick. It does not bend. It's just one piece, and that's what I wanted. Way better than trying to buy a desk. And they're not that expensive, that's the thing. Like kitchen worktops, they're just not really that expensive. They do the job perfectly. Ceramic Nebula, it says account banned, PayPal charge reversal. Ooh, okay then. I don't know then, Ceramic. We'd have to look at it. I mean, I don't know. Did you get banned by PayPal? I'm thinking. Of how you deal with your wires with the pick pipe. Yeah, it's a simple solution. I bought the beige one because it matches the wall. But the cool thing is you can just, pop this thing open, drop your wires in, close it up, and it just looks a bit more tidy. You can have the wires going up there. They go along here. So I've got a hole there in the desk. I've got a hole there in the desk, and I can drop wires out either side. And then underneath there's basically power lines and power sockets and network sockets along the wall. So you've got options whichever way you go. What type of wood? Well, I think for kitchen worktops they're made out of like MDF or something like that. I'm not sure. And then it's just the finish you want. That is an oak finish. So I have an oak finish, and then the floor is a laminate floor with an oak finish as well. Zeptuno, thank you for your resume. My PayPal account is fine. I did get a refund once as someone hacked my account. Will you ever show us how to use triple screens on ETS? I'll probably have a go at some point, Cinnamic, yeah. If your account... I don't know what happened there, Cinnamic. You need to send an email in or something. We'll have to look at it. I honestly don't know. Your account got hacked, then strange things might have happened. Worktops are chipboard and laminate. Well, there you go. I don't really know what it's made out of. Chipwood normally, if you say so. Just remember, boss, the bottom 3 monitors need to be touching as the bezel make a great deal of difference to gameplay. Yeah, you see, that's what I need to get it like flush horizontal, horizontal. Otherwise, it won't line up. Did you ever have a Minecraft server, DayZ Legend? Did I ever have one? Or do I still have one? No. I've modded for years. If you do a chargeback once, your PayPal gets banned. I don't think that's strictly true. Unless somebody contests it, maybe. I don't know. Okay. So this has got the bracket on the other side to this one. So with this one, if you can see, the mounting point is slightly to the right of the center. Yeah, which I think will work better on the left side here, because I think it'll sit like that. The trick is working out roughly where to put it so that we've got all the flexibility that we need. If I put it too far over here, I have to pull it back. And if I put it too close, then I won't be able to squish it flat. So maybe I'll just start from the point of view of squishing it flat, and then I can just turn it in. Maybe that's how you just line it up like that. I guess you want it so that when you push them back, they're kind of lined up, aren't they? Something like that. Because you can always pull it out and turn it. I guess that's the way to go. Cinnamic, do I email your team or stream tips? If you email the mailbox, the start there, mailbox at squirrel.tv, and just say what the problem is, and then we'll look at the account and see if there's anything at our end we can do. You're the first person I ever followed on Twitch back in 2013. Flippin' heck. I'm guessing, because 2013 was the DayZ days, right? I'm guessing that's when you used to watch. Usually you'll get an account error if you too many chargebacks or too many donations in a small amount of time. I don't know. Maybe you can say. Maybe you just can't send to me, but you can send to other people. I'm not sure. Okay, so I think vertically we want to be like that. So if I line it up like that, the bracket on that side. So basically like that, going down. And then I would do the same thing on the other side. I don't know when I followed you since you changed your channel name. Ah, right, okay, John. Yeah, that was a while ago as well.
Welcome to the Nut House.
On this side, this would sit like that. Which to be flush would be about there. And that side would be like that. And that side it would be like that. That's slightly wrong. Are you moving to the other end of your desk? No. I'm just that monitor's gone back where it was effectively, but it has a different bracket behind it now. I've never tried Dirt 4. On our racing, can I use a G920? That's what I used on Saturday. The only thing about a G920 is the pedals, the brake pedal is disgusting. It's absolute, I hate it so much. It's horrible for racing.
Happy anniversary.
Which is entirely what it's supposed to be made for. Legit Gamer. With 10 months, thank you, Legit Gamer. Doc Rockster, make sure the middle one is level on the horizontal before you mount the two on the outside, or they'll be out of whack. Well, I don't think the middle one is. In fact, it definitely is not horizontal at the moment. It's going to take some faff to get it horizontal. It's definitely not positioned exactly as it should be. Yeah, that's better. It's a lot better. That is almost bang on. It's not exact, but it is tiny bit off. That was obvious. So if that was... This is a tricky bit. What's the plan with the 6 screen? I'm having display one giant picture. No. Bottom 3 gaming, top 3 streaming. That's not like that. Just got to remember when I put the brackets on the other 2 monitors, I've got to remember to make sure that I put them on the right way. Measure the distance of the monitor from bracket to bracket. Well, you can do, but that one's different to that one because they're asymmetric, so it becomes a bit of a faff. All those things sit flush properly. It doesn't have to be exact. It needs to be vertically exact, but not horizontally. It's just going to get tipped in anyway. Lining up those will make you get twitchy. 6 monitors? That's the catchphrase of tonight. I should just change the Twitch title to mounting 2 monitors. And then when I put 6 up, people go, I thought you were putting 2 up. Like, yeah, bonus. More play in this thing. Ooh, that is absolutely smack on. Yep, I can tell by looking at it as well. Some points it seems like it would have been easier to buy a 6 monitor mount. Well, Kat,
Welcome back.
you go online, sir, and find me a wall mountable 6 monitor mount. A, find one, and then B, find one for say under $500. Now this might be more faff, but I've got 6 times £24 brackets though. Big D, thank you to resume. Jules, more monitors, the better. Yeah, they're all desk mounts, Cat. I don't know why. Every one of them I looked at is a desk mount. If you want a wall mount, it's like trying to find gold dust. It's bizarre. I genuinely don't understand that. I hate desk-mounted monitor stuff because as soon as you move your desk, the whole monitor just goes dun, 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 like this. Much rather get them on the wall. How can I do this scientifically? I know that I have a 2.5-inch offset. And I know what the width of the screen is. So all I need to do is just go like that. One of the 50% on the side. And then that line coming down, offset it by 2.5 inches that way, and it should be bang on. And oh my god, 6 monitors? Everybody that comes in. Right, let me grab this thing. Okay, so we know that monitor width one, 2.5 is there. That is almost exactly where I put it. That is interesting. And that should be like that, which means that should now be where I want the drill points to be. That should be the drill line. This one appears to have slightly drifted. Okay. Getting there. Once you get the bottom three mounted, the top three will be a breeze. Yeah, kind of. I know how far I want them to that side now. All I've got to do is line up the drilling points from this thing horizontally across there like that. Because the vertical aspect is more important in a way. Like the horizontal, you know, I could be a centimetre out, but I can compensate by moving the bracket. But if I'm vertically out, it just will not line. Are you mounting the left side upside down, AC3? What do you mean upside down? This is really time consuming. I enjoy, firstly, I'm chilling out, taking my time, chatting with you guys, and secondly, I'm just making sure it's right. The measuring and the calculation are way more important than the drilling. The bracket to the offset on the other side. So I basically, yeah, so I think I see what you mean. So let me just double check it. If I line this up now onto here, that lines up with the line that I've made. And if I do it over here, that also lines up with the line I've made. So what I did was I reversed the bracket on the back. Because if I hadn't reversed the bracket on the back, I would have had to have gone out more this way. So yeah, I think what you were saying is the same thing. Yes, I reversed the bracket. So this asymmetric bracket, which that being the center line, and the bracket being here, I flipped it the other way on that side. So the distance is the same. Yeah, I think that's what you meant. How are you setting up the monitors? Basically a row of 3, and then up above a row of 3. And the top ones will tilt down because they're 20 degrees, so I'll tilt it and pull it out slightly. So there will be a gap between the top and the bottom, which is a deliberate gap to allow for this track IR to sit on top. This track IR and this webcam need to sit on top of this monitor here. So there will be a gap before that monitor. It's not going to sit flush on that. That's not the idea. 2 PCs, Cat. So the gaming rig will drive the bottom 3, the streaming rig will drive the top 3. You found a $300 6-monitor wall-mounted stand. UK Dan. Woohoo! We're a bit committed now, but well done. You don't do much DIY, do you? I tend not to do a massive amount. I tend to stream and do YouTube and stuff. Why? I'm not an expert by any means. Who was that? Where's the mouse gone? The mouse is hidden beneath the monitor. Mr. Jules, no point in rushing. We all make mistakes. Exactly. No rush. Bracket looks like the one I have for my 65-inch TV. Yeah, you've probably got a bigger version of it, Leonard. This one's only rated to about 20-something kilograms. How am I streaming this? Somebody's starting to realise, heaps are starting to realise the problems. If you take all your monitors away, how do you stream? Well, I've got that one there. I had to dig that monitor out. I have no stand for it, so it's sat on the desk. And the streaming PC is basically hooked up to a camera, which is here, which is on my camera tripod, and then I've got a studio light over here, so that you can all see what's going on. Asus have frameless monitors. Well, the bezel on them is very, very thin, yeah. Yeah, they're basically, there is a bezel there that you can't see until the monitor's on. But the frame is extremely thin. Is Mrs. Squirrel the DIY person? You must be kidding me. You must be having a giraffe. Right, I need a drink. I shall mute the microphone. There we go. 60 hertz, La Bandita. They're all 60 hertz. Putting up 6 144 hertz monitors would be massively expensive and massively overkill. At the very least, you know, well, at the very most, you would put the bottom 3 as 144. There's no way you'd put the top 3 for a streaming PC. There's no point. But no, I've just gone for 60 hertz for now. Trying to keep the cost down. These things are only about £120 each or so. Not, you know, I don't want to splash out on this. Right, let's move these out the way. And let's mark up some more stuff. Buy this mount 2 times, referee. Dude, it ain't gonna happen. Chris94, good night, sir. Have a good one. Now then, let's think. So I did... See, ideally... Ideally, I should take that out now so I can draw a line right through it. But if I take it out, will it weaken the bracket? Will it weaken the thing that's in the wall? I don't think it will. Come on. That bottom screw's been really annoying. Finally. There we go. Okay, so my plan here is to just horizontally go straight across there, so I get the exact same drilling point as what I had in the middle. Connect to the middle there. Okay. Your favorite kind of DIY project? Watching someone else do it. Lol. Do anybody know what internet I have? I have BT Infinity, 80 megabit, 20 megabit. You've also got the Virgin Media one now, the Virgin Media Gamer or whatever it's called. Basically, it's an unlimited one I have. It's not metered, it's not throttled, it's not anything. Which is the one thing I hate. Let's get another brackets. Driving to Barcelona just now and ETS 2. Got you an iPad on the next to the monitor. Fair enough. You're on 200 meg Virgin. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they do 200 meg where I am, to be honest, but frankly, I mean, in the past, I've had problems with Virgin Internet. They, have at times been unreliable. And my BT one's been pretty good, so. Oh my god, this one's flipping heck. Once you've got something working, you just leave it. Just leave it alone. Okay, that actually lines up perfectly. Fantastic. Yep. Cool. Your monitors were fine and working. Why are you fixing them if they're not broken? They're not what I want anymore, Lord Winter. There's nothing wrong with the monitors themselves. This is all about the layout, not the actual working, the use of the monitor. See what I mean? If I want a 3-screen race, for example, I can't do it on the layout I used to have. Right, we've got those positioned. Now we can just mark those two up there. And then we should be set for drilling. He pops off for a bit and the screen's gone. Yeah, well, I'm playing the stream backwards now. I did all 6 and now I'm just removing them one by one. Now that you're getting set up for iRace and want to do a race around the in a setter, I'm not set up for a setter. I don't know the Nordschleife very well at all, to be fair with you. It's a difficult track to learn because it's so long. You have to go around it again and again and again and again to learn it. Okay, let's get that horizontal. Okay. That goes right there. Who's that? Apache, 19 months. Time flies. Not that far off 2 years, mate. Thank you, Apache. With Virgin, if you phone them up and say your broadband is horrible and you say you're leaving, they will always give you an upgrade package. Yeah, they do. I've played that game with them a few times. Problem is, the service doesn't necessarily get any better. I remember they put Virgin came along and put internet once in one of the neighbours' houses.
Welcome back.
And it didn't occur to me at the time that that was the cause, but basically what happened was my internet went out at the same time that his went in. Turned out what the guy had done is he'd come along, opened the little manhole cover, and started pulling out the connectors, put them back in a different order. So he put mine back in a different place. The one he put it back into just happened to be like, what he was doing was he put the new one into, there's like a box with connectors on it. He put it into one of the empty slots and he couldn't get a signal, and he couldn't work out why. He was getting like intermittent signals. So he thought, that's weird. Let me try it in a different one. So he pulled mine out, shoved it into mine, and it went, oh, it's fine. So we went, cool, and shoved the other one back there. The net result is I ended up with the connected to one of the rusty connectors. Had really bad intermittent internet for about a week, and they couldn't work it out. They kept saying it was my modem, it was this, that, and the other. Eventually came out and worked out what the problem was. All because some neighbour had had his internet put in. And the engineer basically gave me the wonky connector. So yeah, GG, Virgin Internet. Thanks for that. But that's the problem I have with these guys, is they always assume it's not them. They always assume it's you've done something stupid. Are the new curtains going up? What, in here? I don't have curtains. I have curtains in one place in the house, and that is the living room. And even those, I've got blinds as well. They're more for decoration. Trouble with curtains is they trap dust. Right. Cool. 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We're ready. We can now progress to the drilling stage. Just one double check before we do that. That goes through there, that's level. That goes through there. That is level. That goes through. I think this one needs to be slightly lower. Yeah, that one's all right. Yeah, I think that one needs to be. This one's slightly too high. Means that's going to be slightly too high now. Right, ready to drill. Yeah, it's about hanging out, Apache. To be fair, Apache, this is no less boring than a lot of the junk that they put on the TV. Not to mention all the adverts you have to watch that you don't have to watch here. Right, we're going to drill that. And then we're going to go for a mount. Actually, I wonder if I should put all the brackets on the monitors now. Check twice, boss. Drill once. Glad you're listening to your extra pair of eyes. I just went over it again though, Mr. Muttley. So they should be. What is the gap on that? 14.5 centimeters center to center. So random. So that to there is 18.5. It's the same distance there. Right, let's do it. Why do you have two measuring tapes? There's no particular reason for it. This one was already on my desk from a while back, and then this one I found when I was cleaning my desk off. So there's no other reason. Those four. Surprised I didn't hit any of the wooden spars, to be honest. Okay. Put that out of the way. I need a few of these guys. JJ Mile, how you doing? Norwegian Vikings, thanks to resume. You score sad today for watching people on Twitch playing games. I wasn't impressed. Thunderfluff. Let everybody consider what they want to spend their time on, and just ignore them. There are lots of things that people do that other people consider to be weird, boring, dull. Each to his own. It's your life, your time. Do what you want with it. Jack Sims, we've not heard that one. Paul has ears. Come on, Jack Sims, follow it up with 6 monitors. Right, we've got 4 up that side. We need 2 more up there, another 4 down there. Who's that going? Maniac Killer, good night, sir. Airplanes broken everywhere. Oh dear. 2 there. You are original, for sure. So there's no room for Sadol in here. He's only 7. He's but a youngster. You can't bring him in here. Power tools. Would you like me to order you takeaway? Okay. 1, 3, 4.
Oh,
Hope
yeah,
you've
yeah.
done your measuring right. Jules, no one said you got hair, lol. What? Sorry, though. Had the afro trimmed. Uh-oh. Lost a screw then. Right, that's them in. Moment of truth with it all straight. I doubt it, Cat. They'll probably need adjustments. I don't think they're all going to be straight out the bat. They never are. Even the brackets have like imperfections. You always have to jiggle things around and tighten them up. As long as they're not completely out, there's some tolerance that you can play with.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
A live stream of a boiler installation. Refrick making sweet progress. Progress towards what though, Refrick? That's the question. Last of the brackets. How much were each of the wall brackets? They were, I think, $23.99 from a website called 123brackets.co.uk. Other bracket stores are available.
Welcome back.
Don't order from Brackets R Us, by the way. They were an absolute joke. I ordered some brackets for them. They said they were in stock. 4:15 the next day, they phoned me and said, sorry, we haven't got the black ones in stock. I said, but your website said they did have them in stock. Well, we don't have them in stock. Do you want the silver ones? Not really. How long before the black ones come in? 12 weeks. 12 weeks? Yeah, they have to come from China. Like, did they just like row there on a boat or something? 12 weeks? I said, I'll have the silver ones then. 2.5 hours later, just after 5 p.m., I get another email. The silver ones are not in stock. Here's some alternatives. Which was 10 minutes after they closed, so I couldn't even phone them up and have a go at them. So I emailed them back and said, cancel the order. Didn't get a reply. So I emailed them back again today and said, cancel the order, please confirm. My next step is I'm phoning up the credit card company, I'm going to hand it over to them. Give me my money back. So yeah, don't bother with Brackets or Us. Oh, do you know what the best thing about Brackets or Us is? When you put your order through, you get emailed. Get this. When you put your order in, you get emailed, and the email says, this is your login details. Here's the email, and here's the plain text password. It literally has an email that has your email login and your plain text password within the single email. Which is just, as hello, is this 2017 or is this like 1996? What is going on? You've got plain text passwords in your database and you're sending them to people over the internet with the email login they need as well? Are you completely out of your mind? So don't bother with Brackets or Us. I went to 123 Brackets instead. And they sent me my thing the next day. You've had a couple of times as well, even on the WordPress sites. Oh man. And then you wonder why these accounts are getting hacked left, right and centre. Because a lot of people still don't use any kind of password manager, so they have the same password on like 20 different websites.
Oh,
so if they
yeah,
get into one thing, they just get into everything. Yay! An American plug. Well, that will definitely work. What else have we got? Power adapter. We'll be needing that. Please tell me this isn't... Oh, it's a DVI. I was going to say, if they'd sent me a VGA cable in 2017... What's this one? Just shows you it's easier for them to put an What the 2017, ladies and gentlemen, 2017, and this thing still exists, and you get it with a brand new monitor. Unbelievable. Wait, where's the actual... I've not seen an English plug yet. This is going to end badly. Okay, there goes something. Aha. The British plug. You're assuming VGA is old then? Old? It's analog for a kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, how many people buy a brand new monitor? If you've got a PC that only has a VGA connector on it, A, you just need to stop computing, and B, you probably should be buying yourself a VGA cable anyway and not expecting it with your monitor, with your wonderful digital LCD monitor. I just find the whole concept mind-blowing. Power cable on the floor. British plug is the best power plug. It's not the most compact. I honestly wish we'd just standardize on plugs and things. It just annoys me. Oh, I forgot I have to take this thing out. Hang on. how that thing comes out now. Is it those two screws? I think it is those two screws. The second monitor uses a VGA. Why? You realise you're getting an analog signal. Want to standardise the plug, you need to standardise the voltage. No, you don't actually need to, I don't think, Sommy. I think the two things can be independent of each other, but, you know, take your point. They can actually build it into the plug, couldn't they? They could have a standard plug and then a switch on it, and you just set the volts, but I guess people would get it wrong. What am I thinking? Thing is, you can get an, oh, you can get an adapter, can't you? So, okay, what did I just do with the plastic cover? What did I just do with that? Did anybody see? There it is. That way around. Right, there's one. You know, nothing about computers if it works, I'm happy. When it's wrong, you're screwed. God. You're not alone in that one, to be honest. Wasn't it in the news today they've been arresting a load of those Microsoft scammers? About flipping time. What am I doing? I don't know. Losing my mind. The bit sharing is too loud compared to your voice. I'm sorry. If it helps, I can't even hear it. You missed my bit, mate. I go VGA on my TV, mate. Jules, why do you put mate at the end of every single sentence? I just noticed you put mate at the end of every sentence. You missed my bit too, Kappa. Je suis Jules, Referic. I didn't miss yours. Referic. I never knew the preparations for the Farmers in stream were this extensive. I shall never complain in my life again if Squirrel is some minutes late to start the stream. You forget, I don't have any headphones on. I can't hear the alert. You send bits and I just don't hear it. Jules, I have a question. When you talk to people in real life, do you say mate at the end of every sentence? I don't mean that in a nasty way, I just mean do you? Just curious. John Fly, 10 months, mate. Hi, mate. IRL, a mate. I just gave you a freebie. You were probably sitting there wondering what to put into that resub box, and I just gave you a freebie there, John Fly. But I think of you as my mate. Fair enough. Power adapter. VGA cable. DVI cable. You do, Jules. Wow, that's impressive. Ugh. Instruction manual. I hate that stuff they pack the monitor. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, polystyrene. Yeah. This isn't as bad as it used to be. I mean, this isn't perfect polystyrene. They actually invented a different kind of polystyrene where it was more like a foam and it didn't break off into tiny pieces. But they don't seem to use it very much. Happy summer, John Fly. You know it's been raining here yesterday and today. I did 2 flights on Tuesday, John Fly. 2 IRL flights, and as we were coming back in on the second one, the weather was just coming right in, and the pressure was coming down. From the first flight, the barrow had gone down already, and yeah, the heavens opened about 2 hours later, and it's just pretty much not stopped raining since. So I chose the right day to fly. Raffle the stickers. Second one. Now what happened to the... There it is. English power plug. Come on.
Aye, 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 aye.
I actually vacuum cleaned this room before I started, and now I've got bits of polystyrene everywhere. GG. You hope you have the same result you did with the medical. Have you booked in for one? Problem with the medical is they're not cheap, and you have to keep having them done. No, they're not 4K monitors. Good grief. Can you do a tour of your house and garden at some point, Cuzzy? Well, I would do, Cuzzy, but privacy concerns and all that. People work out where you live, and next thing you have weird people knocking at your door, Cuzzy, so better not. I remember Syndicate doing that. Boy, did he regret that move. Took his camera out the front of his house. Next thing, he had people knocking on his door constantly. Because if you show somebody the garden, then they go on Google Maps, start looking around, they'll locate exactly where you live. And then it starts getting a bit weird. Have you utilized the original monitors? 3 of them. I had 3 of these already, Sommy. And I just bought 3 more, so they're all identical. Come on. Flippin' heck. Wait, what? My Fitbit's just gone off. Saying I've done 7,500 steps today. And I really haven't. I've been to Boots, I've been to DIY shop, and then I've been home. And everything else has just been pottering around doing nothing. Did your wheels from the chair come in? Yes, La Bandida, I have them. Exactly, it's all the shaking the boxes and the hammering and stuff. The whole Fitbit thinks I'm doing loads of exercise. It's the last monitor unbox.
Welcome back, Nutter.
It is exercise though. Yeah, it's not really a step though, is it? But yeah, I take your point. Mr. Stash B, thank you for the resume. Check I haven't missed any bits. Jules, the new form cost more. The new form cost more. Which new form, Jules? Where is Squirrel from? As I thought he was English. I am English. Well, what do I sound like I'm from? Is that why I struggle with to get 30 FPS on ETS 2 because I'm using VGA cables? Well, if you can't get 30 FPS, it won't matter. I've just dropped a screw somewhere. I can't remember what the FPS limit is on VGA. If you plug in digital like a DVI or HDMI, you'll notice such a marked increase in the picture quality.
Natter.
Stashby with 8 months. Thanks for the 8 months, you lovely Twitch dad, as I think I called you on Twitter. Keep on streaming, you're the best streamer out there, dude. Thank you very much, Stashby. Right, let's get rid of some of this. Time is it? 20 past 10? I might have to do the wiring in the morning. We'll see. You're also watching do iRacing, check him out if you get the chance. If you get the chance, is that like Sean Connery? Check him out if you get the chance. Not seen YT Biggs at all. I've seen a few different iRaces, but not him. VGA isn't limited to 60 Hz, depends on the monitor. Discord off to the stream, Hardy. Are you actually having a giraffe, dude? I should probably tilt this down a little bit, shouldn't I? There we go. Right, let's bracket. So we need. Let's think about this. That's the center one over there. So I need two with. I think the arm is on the right on that one. Arm on the left. Arm is on the right. Okay, I need 4 with the arm on the left. So I need to do 2 more with the arm on the right, sorry. 2 more with the arm on the right and 1 with the arm on the left. So I'll do the left one first. Cheers this way around. Keep those to one side, need those in a minute. Okay, need those 4. Hey Eric, could you move your camera more center? What do you mean more center? You know about horizontally or vertically? I'm not really sure what you're trying to achieve. One, 2, 3, 4. Seven, 8. What's those? Nice to see you again from another angle. Why not? It is plasterboard wall. Yeah, cargo fan. It is indeed. Right. Move more to the right and a bit more up. Not much, not too much. More to the right. What you mean like that? Why is that useful? A bit more up. Well, I'll put it back up when I'm doing the thingy, but at the moment I'm just faffing about doing this, so I thought I'd just leave it like this for now. Hence why I had it pointing down a bit so you can actually see something rather than have just an empty wall to look at. Estonian. Never knew you were streaming, Matt. Neither did I. It wasn't on the schedule and it was an impromptu stream. But I thought to myself, well, I can sit here and put monitors on the wall by myself. Or I can sit here and put monitors on the wall and chat with you guys. And this seemed like a more appealing option. Since I don't often do IRL streams, I thought, let's do one.
Aye.
Do it. Who was that? Jules, Paul, I meant to say foam, scumbag autocorrect. Oh, the new foam Cosmo. Gotcha. Yes, I see what you mean now, Jules. Yes, it does. How solid are the brackets? They're rated at 20 or 24 kilograms, which is way more than this monitor. This monitor does not weigh very much at all. Okay, that goes over here because they're going to be the left side monitors. We're slowing you down? Not really. Taking my time anyway, just chilling. Okay, so this goes on the right. The email notification didn't work either. That's pretty strange. Gotta love Twitch. Six 27-inch 4K monitors. Where have you got that idea from? 6 24-inch 1080 monitors. I don't have a great deal of real estate here for 6 27 inches. And I don't want 4K anyway. Right. That's one of those. Last one. You're getting some and others fail. Twitch is being funny. Twitch seems to work some weeks and then other weeks it just doesn't work. It's pretty weird like that. Okay, this is the right side as well. Slotty, I just don't think 4K. I mean, 4K is nice, but it's not the be all and end all. And if you're doing triple screen 4K, that's some pretty intensive stuff right there. That's like having 12 1080 monitors for your graphics card to try and drive. That's asking a bit, that is. Don't think the screw's right. That one's too thick. how much they cost. These monitors are quite cheap, that's why I went for them. About £120 each. If you're putting 6 monitors up, a small difference in price adds up pretty quickly. I seem to find final screw. The one I picked out, is it that one? It's too thick. Yeah, it's too thick. You're going to be up all night? Not really, just this is the... We'll be mounting them shortly. Just when I can find the right screw. Maybe that one.
Aye.
No, it's not that one either. Scumbag. Jules, Simcopter is hosting you. Ah, thank you, Sim. Sorry I didn't spot that. Thank you very much for the host. Hosted for 18 viewers, he did indeed. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I can't find one of the screws here. They don't put them in separate bags, they just chuck them all into one bag and say, there you go, figure it out. Nope, it's not having it. There it is. I think that's it. Nope, that's not it. Well, this is annoying. 3 monitors for each PC. I was going to say, will your 1080... Oh yeah, you're not going to put 1080 one card onto 6 monitors. I haven't got enough outputs for that. I'd need 2 cards for that. Okay, that's pretty weird. Okay. Now we find out if it works. We've got packaging absolutely everywhere. Okay, that's the 2 screws. Screwdriver's ready. Let's put it more like that now. I should do it. I don't want those lights in your face. Because I'm going to have to re-level everything all over again. Right, that's one. One definitely not level monitor. Actually doesn't look too far out. Yeah, it's a bit off. It's a bit off the other way this time. Slightly off now. That'll do for now. There's a bit of play in the lower screws. You can kind of move it very slightly and get an angle change. Kind of handy. It's almost bang on. It's very slightly lower to the left side. Can't afford HDMI. Screen looks small. The thing is, these are pretty much borderless. Like there's virtually no bevel on them. So if you go edge to edge like that, they're exactly 60 centimeters, 2 feet from that corner to that corner there. But they look small because they don't have all the like 1 inch bevel going around it. Okay, so now we need another one of left side. Doing all this tonight. What I'll probably do is get them all on the wall, and then I'll probably call it night there because I've got to get rid of all this nonsense, and I've also got to. There's a bit of a tidy up operation to do in the morning, and cabling. I've got to do all the cabling yet. I don't think I'll be bothered doing that tonight. What do I want these guys? What did I do with my screwdriver set, I wonder? Do the brackets come with the monitor? No. I ordered those from 123brackets.co.uk. In fact, I even have the manual, so I can tell you the exact model number maybe. There you go. It is the... What does it sound like? 3033F or something. LCD plasma wall bracket 3033F. Must be fitted, look at this, must be fitted by professional. Well, either that makes me a professional, or this is going to go horribly wrong. Must be fitted by professional. That is a fantastic quote, that is. I swear it says that in everything now as like some kind of massive caveat. Because like if you phone up and say, oh, it doesn't work, they'll be like, well, did you have it fit by a professional? No. Well, there you go. That's your problem. Is that an approved installer that put that bracket on the wall for you? Have you got a safety rating to use that screwdriver, sir? No. Well, that's your problem then, isn't it? If you say so. I'm trying to get these things to bite. And the screw goes right in before it actually bites. So think about when you're screwing these screws in, because obviously the mechanism expands as you screw it in. You sort of turn and turn and turn and turn, nothing's happening. And eventually, as it opens up, you kind of feel the tension. Probably gonna have to. I don't know if all this pencil will come off. It should do. If not, I'll have to get a bit of paint on it. Gotta fill the holes in first, though. What was the Allen key? Tilt like that. And it'll tilt down like that. So I can actually adjust that to say that angle and then bring it forward if I want to have that kind of effect. And that gap there allows for the track IR, so that track IR can sit on there. So I can either underlap it like that or overlap it like that, whichever way you want to go. Which is why I went for the same bracket, because I get so many different options here that you can really tilt it down if you want to. Do that. Whatever's most readable. Believe you should be wearing a hard hat, dust mask, goggles, protective gloves to install safety first. I think you're right, actually. I'm probably breaking a whole lot of rules right now. Okay, let's go for the left two. Do the upper one first, I think. Two of these. Just thinking, we're definitely doing these on this side. We are. Yep. Cowboy builder. Yeehaw. Let's get the lower screw in. So you can't see very much at the moment, but I kind of have to stand here to do this. Those expanding fixings though are so good at holding things on plasterboard wall. The next ones up from that are like a butterfly, and they really are one-way fixings, but they're built for heavy duty stuff. We use those in the kitchen. In the back room there's a plasterboard wall, and they're basically like a screw with a spring clip butterfly, and you put the butterfly goes through and then it opens up on the back, and as you screw it basically clamps against the back of the plasterboard wall, and it's well, we've got cupboards on the wall and they're full of cups and glasses, and the whole thing has not fallen off yet, so gives you an idea how strong they are. Move that out of the way. It took a while to start biting though. Second screw's going in. These won't be level either, I don't think. I'll probably need to adjust these. Nearly done. Tell you what, my arm's gone tired. Right. So that goes left side like that. That goes left side. Like that. And that tilts. I should have put it so it'll tilt. We're getting there. This one, I need to loosen the thing on this one so it tilts down. But you can see what's going on. Getting there. 2 more to do to give my hand a rest. Have I missed anything? Yeah, 4 monitors. That's what I mean. Once you've done all the assembly and done all the drilling, everything goes up fairly quickly. Just need to get my hand over a minute. Who's that? Jaggis with the resume. Thank you, Jaggis. Matt Smith, 44 with the resume as well. Yeah, well, Lab Bandita, yeah, these 3 screens will be like triple screen racing. Obviously, I'll have to align them that way and then align them so that they're continuous. The top 3 are for streaming, so they'll be more like informational
Happy
screens.
anniversary, Nutter.
You know, there'll be like OBS on one, the chat on another, the browser on another, and kind of other stuff on the third one. I only really need 2 up there, but 3, you know, I'll find a use, I'm sure. Is this live? I think so. Are we live? You know, be 5% less productive in your life if you're spending so much time aligning them. Ain't that the truth? 45 months, Jaggis. Wow, dude. Thank you so much. 45 months. You need 2 screens. Okay, right. Let's get the other 2 up now. Move this out of the way. So we need these 4. Stupid thing. Gravity, eh? Can be so annoying. Let's try and tension it up. Oh, my arm's going dead. The lactic acid is real. The thing about these screws is, like, you've got to turn forever before they properly bite. There we go.
Happy anniversary,
All set like that.
Natter.
That is rotating slightly. Move the bottom side of that over. He's twisting a touch more. Did I miss somebody? Matt Smith, 44, 9 months. Well, perfect time for Twitch, baby hype. It's my birthday tomorrow. Hope to pop in tomorrow for a bit, but we'll probably be spending time with the family. Keep up the great work. Matt Smith, have a good birthday, sir. Have a good one. No problem if you don't pop in. It's your birthday, do what you like.
Aye, 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 aye.
Yeah, it's a bit more level. It still needs a bit more adjustment, that one. Almost there. Some fine tweaking. Did I hear something? Jules, you don't need to go to the gym tomorrow. Yeah, my daughter wants to go, but... On Friday, I get a new boiler. We can actually have running hot water in the house. We've not had running hot water for a week. I have to go to the gym just to get a shower. That's how annoying it is. Stupid boiler. Scottish Power phoned me up today. They said, hello. I said, hello. They said, just wondering, just a follow-up call to see why you cancelled your boiler cover with us. I said, oh, yeah. She said, did you cancel it accidentally? I said, no. I said, I phoned up and cancelled it. Oh, why did you cancel it? I said, well, my boiler broke last week. I said, and the heat exchanger's gone on it. And the engineer said that we don't cover that. So I sat there and wondered why I'm paying all this money every month for my boiler cover. And then when I actually need it, when something breaks, funnily enough, you don't cover that part. Oh yes, it's a common thing not to cover the heat exchanger. I'm thinking, no, it's not. British Gas cover it when I had policy with them. I said, well, in any event, I don't see the point in forking out money every month. And then when I actually need it, it doesn't even cover me. And she said, all right, well, that's fair enough then. If you ever need anything else in future, I'm like, yeah, sure. If I like saying so, I'm getting a new Worcester boiler, love. It has a 10-year guarantee on it. Trust me, I won't need your boiler cover for 10 years. Unbelievable. Reminds me of car insurance, that. Like when you get a car warranty. Sorry, not insurance. When you get a car warranty. The exclusion list on a car warranty is unbelievable. It's pretty much everything that breaks is excluded. You think, well, what do you actually cover? Oh, well, we cover the, we cover the frame against rust. You're like, dude, the last time I saw rust, I can't even remember. Just a waste of money. Don't feel like this is starting to bite properly. There we go. Mustn't have had it flush. Like new cars warranties are fine to a point. And then after that, after a certain number of miles, the cover drops. And it's just like rubbish. Any kind of wear and tear items are not covered. Any moving parts are not covered. You're like, really? Okay, my arm's just going, no, I'm done. Time to go left hand, that's what a pro would do. Oh, man. Repair not covering general wear and tear clause 1.9 section. Oh yeah, it's all like that. It's all like that. How tall am I? 1.89 meters or 6 foot 2.5. Old money, new money, take your pick. Et voila. A little bit of adjusting to do up here. There's a slight angle change there. Slightly more noticeable one in here. So I need to work out, are you the one that's not horizontal? Yeah, almost horizontal. You're the one that's way out of whack. Wow, actually that monitor's not bad. So yeah, got some adjustments to do, but essentially it's going to go something along the lines of this. Let me just adjust this because it's bugging me now. I wish this had a better adjuster on it. You've got to undo 4 Allen nuts to move it kind of nice if it just had one adjustment. Just release one thing and then tighten it up. I mean, it's a nice mechanism. It rotates nicely, but loosening 4 Allen bolts is a bit annoying. I'll go like that. I'll go like that. Would go like that. And then the whole lot will tip in as well. So it's more or less there. Just has some minor tweaks to do. You can see it's not quite flushing up here. I need to adjust that as well. Yeah, Allen bolts, as in, basically, they look like a bolt, but you have to use an Allen key on their end. You can't just stick a screwdriver in. You've got to put an Allen key in it. So they're basically Allen key bolts. 6 monitors not overkill. I think 10 monitors would be overkill, but I don't think 6 is. 10 would feel too much though. I don't know what I'd do with 10, that's why it'd be overkill. I know what I'm going to do with 6 though. Your OCD would be kicking in. Well, it's not final yet, Get Fresh. It's not final, is it? They're on the wall, now you have to faff about getting them all horizontal. Andy, why do you think it's overkill, mate? So I'm racing, right? So I pull these monitors in like this. Yeah. And I'm racing. I've got 3 screen perspective when I'm racing. So up here, I'll tilt this in and I've got my chat going on up here. I've got my OBS perhaps over here. I've got my Boom TV going on over there. I've got space for something else, and then I can have my browser over here, which is watching my playback to make sure it's all fine. I'll find a way of using all 3. I only need 2, but I'll find a way using 3. This is not overkill though. Where do you get your boiler? I got it from a local installer, a local Worcester boiler installer. Yeah, we're at the tweaking stage. I mean, certainly what I need to do is I need to start with this one. I need to level this one off, because obviously the 2 outer ones are dependent on the inner one being level. So I need to get this one, which actually that one is pretty much bang on. As is that one. Those 2 are bang on. All I got to do is tilt that one down. Just got to do that with it. And then these 2 need to be made flush with this. Those 2 with that one. And then it's done. Thanks, Chewy. Why not iRacing rig? I can't fit a rig in here, really. The only way I could fit a racing rig, like a proper seat setup over there, I'd have to get rid of furniture to do it. You should use one of the stream PC monitors for Discord, Vrome. Well, I could do, Vrome. It's a good call. It saved me having to tab out to actually see it and stuff. Please have one monitor dedicated to Discord so the mods can have your undivided attention during streams. As if you're going to get my undivided attention. What about games you won't be using 3 monitors? Well, I have options then, don't I? I mean, if I'm playing, say, if I play Euro Truck, I could configure Euro Truck for 3 screens now. That could be fun. American Truck I can configure for 3 screens. Flight Sim, I don't know. I mean, maybe with something like Aerofly, you could do 3 screens. I doubt P3D would cope with it. Actually, that's not fair, actually, because I know it works, because of Virtual Fly, they have 3 screens. So, it is possible. Webcam on top of every monitor, and we can see door from 6 angles. I was thinking about having a webcam, like when I get all this up and running, I was thinking about having a webcam, I don't know, somewhere here so you can see the 3 screens, you know what I mean? See the wheel and 3, like here, maybe, somehow. So you can see the wheel on the desk, you can see the 3 screens, and then I could just put it like in a little box in the corner of the stream somewhere, and that could be fun. Train Sim World. The only problem I've got is how to mount this camera you know, so that it's looking in like this, but it isn't completely in the way. Like I don't want a giant tripod here. I'm open to suggestions on that. No, there won't be a wheel cam tomorrow, Connor. I've got to figure a lot of things out before we get there. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't really want a big tripod there, Scott. The foot cam. Yeah, I've also got some tidying up to do on the back here. I've got to get rid of all those lines now with a wet sponge. I've got to fill those holes in, probably do a bit of painting. But, you know, get the third hand to hold it. A headphone mount. What, you mean on my head? Nah, I don't fancy that. It will, Mr. MB. I think it will. Misty Bitch, Jules, hang on. Oh, TBR, I'd like to hang it from the ceiling. Good job, Paul. Thank you, Jules. I'd like to hang it from the ceiling, but I can't really. Well, I can. I can have a ceiling arm coming down, and I'm a bit... Because the ceiling is only... It's only plasterboard. It's like that thick, and then it goes straight into... Let's think. Did they put insulation on there, or did you go concrete? I can't remember. There's not a great deal of depth, but for a webcam, it should be fine. But did they do something that goes, you know, like from the ceiling that you can pull down? Like, can you have... Have they got an extendable ceiling-mounted tripod? So it's got a screw hole for a webcam, but when you're not using it, you could kind of you just like concertina it back up again. Did they make such a thing? A small drone with a camera. Yeah, that'd be fine for 20 minutes while the battery lasted. It's actually the wall behind where the camera is now. Trouble is, you'd have to zoom it right in. I don't think our webcam zooms that much in. It tends to be widescreen. Currently, La Bandida, I'm thinking about Saturday. Could use a mic arm. I've already got a mic arm. See, the mic arm already comes down like that. This is the mic that you don't see that much on camera. Thoughts on the Asus Predator X34A? I have no idea what that is. Take a webcam, mount it to the wall beside the light near the soundproofing board and just have it on a swivel. The problem is the green screen is sat behind me, so the I can't see, like, there's nothing here. Look. Excuse the mess. 1 second. Lock the tripod. Come on, turn. See? So you've got these boards here, but you've got the green screen. So the green screen here comes down, so it basically just sits like right in front of anything. So anything you put here is going to be useless because all this has just got a screen in front of it. You see the problem? Hence why I'm asking about a ceiling mounted. Something that I can just retract and put back up again. Oh yeah, God, I've got AC, Mr. Man. Dude, this building is a converted garage, and it's brick and concrete. The roof is made out of concrete, and the walls are brick. And it's so well insulated. And in the summer, the sun beats down on it for about 10 hours. It gets so warm in here. Without that aircon, I couldn't even work in here. Would that be any... Hang on, Northern Trucker. Let me see if I can actually grab hold of that. Axis TB91 telescopic ceiling mount. Adjustable length, swivel action, Maybe. Google TV studio lighting. I only want something light, you know, that's gonna small screws that's attached in the ceiling. Use a studio mic arm, but get a camera mount for then you can move it out of the way and have an arm on my bed pole and that on the ceiling. To have a studio bed, to have an arm, something very high in the ceiling, but a studio mic arm and webcam attachment. I want it to be like slim and just I can push it out the way when I'm not, you know, I won't bang my head on it or anything, or swing it out the way. Thanks, Jody. Yeah, I mean it's like a gooseneck type thing, so that I can at least move it into position or get different angles and stuff. But yeah, anyway, it worked, didn't it? Just need all the finishing touches, which I'll do in the morning. Get it all leveled out. Some sort of selfie stick. At some point, Connor, yeah. A widescreen 34-inch curve, really nice, not 4K though. Yeah, Mikhail, I mean, things like that are nice if you're just a gamer. If you're a streamer or a YouTuber, they're completely useless. The resolution that they're at is not compatible with anything on YouTube and Twitch, so you can't record at that resolution, you can't stream at it. It's just great for, you know, a game. Having a widescreen is great for a game. You know, you can have triple, or you can have like one massive widescreen. Heapster, yeah. When it's all done properly, I'll take a photo and post it on Instagram or something. Who do I give a link to for Paul and how? Hey, F1 Racing, just give it to a mod. Just message a mod, they'll pass the link on to me. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys. It's been fun. I'm really tired now. It's getting late. What time is it? Crikey, 10 past 11. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow because I've got to get this working for tomorrow now. I've got farming tomorrow. So yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Farm Sim. If you're joining us, don't forget to read the sub message because there's an important download pack you need to get. But thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. I enjoyed myself. I'm just glad I didn't make a fool of myself. Lol. All right, have a good evening. I shall see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Love you all. Good night.